Hello everyone, and welcome again to another LEGO Bionicle video. For today guys, we are going to be doing a Let's Build and review on the Phantoka Toa Kopaka. Now guys, this is set number 8685, was released in 2008 for the ages of 7 to 16, and contains 53 pieces. So, from what I found out guys, the phrase Phantoka comes from the Matoran language and stands for Spirits of the Air. Now, of course, as we all know, Toa Kopaka, Toa Liwa, and I think it was Toa Pohatu? I think it was, yeah, because in the Mystica sets it was Toa Tahu, Toa Gali, and Toa Anua. So they kind of diverged, they became this, and one became that. It was a bit interesting, you know, honestly, how, of course, their armors were quite different and unique to each other. With the Mystikas, between the Mystikas and the actual Phantokas. But other than that, yeah, you can see here the canister, guys. You know, I'm not really a big fan of the canister. You can see it there, just the iceberg kind of look there, or I don't know, the ice kind of theme there. You know, honestly, they don't really look that good. I know, of course, you can see how they have the uniter kind of theme there, where you can fuse the Phantoka. But yeah, it doesn't really look that good in comparison to this 2016 sets. Of course, better structure, better look, and it just makes more sense, to be honest, because if you think about it, sticking another being behind another being is just a bit odd. You can see it there for yourselves, guys. I guess I'll just let you guys be the judge. It just looks kind of bizarre, to be honest, and yeah, it doesn't really make sense to me. Okay, so let's see. Hopefully this build shouldn't be too difficult. You know, 53 pieces, right? Shouldn't be too hard. So there's the instructions. Something just fell. Oh, and here's actually one of the bullets that they have, which is pretty cool. I really like that. And I think that's pretty much it. I think that's everything. Okay. So guys, I just wanted to quickly show you the actual manual, and there is one of the sets that I'm actually going to be getting, the Toa Ignika, set number 8697, brand new and on its way, and I can't wait to show you guys that when I come back. And just more stuff here. What's this? Oh, it's just the Toa Mahri, the Mahri, or the Toa Mahri, however you want to pronounce it. And those, of course, are the Phantokas there, and how they can fuse, etc, etc. And I guess here is the mechanism to actually fuse them, and there is just the instruction manual, pretty much. It only has 10 steps. Wow, okay, this should be pretty easy then. Okay, so with that said guys, let's get straight into it. So you can kind of see, guys, I already had a head start. Just wanted to start beforehand. But I wanted to mention one thing, you know, with the Matorans. It's just kind of odd how they can kind of fuse together with, of course, with the Toas. It doesn't really make sense to me. It's just two beings, one kind of, I guess not on top of the other, but more like, hey, let's just fuse. I'm just going to sit on your back, okay? And let's just see how this works out. Pretty much. Oh, from the way I see it, to be honest. But of course, with the 2016 sets, it makes more sense. Come on, guys, you have to agree with me. It does. You know, the elemental creatures with the Toas look sick when they do fuse together, of course, and it just makes more sense. It's just great, you know. Of course, with the elemental powers being in sync, and it just, you know, of course, you guys know what I mean. It just makes more sense, a lot better. And a lot nicer, which is great. It would have been interesting to see if, of course, Ikimu had like some sort of fusion with Agil. Maybe if Agil became, obviously he's quite small, but if Agil possibly had like some sort of ability to just become much larger or something, because he is quite small in comparison to the other. Creatures. I don't know why I couldn't get my words out there. Sorry about that. It just, for some reason, I just couldn't seem like I could formulate words. But anyway, let's just get this over and done with. Now this build is quite similar, of course, and to the actual, I think the Legends, the Glatorian Legends, quite similar theme, in all honesty. Exactly the same armor pieces, to be honest, as well, except he's just in white. You can just see it there for yourselves, guys. Quite common since they were all released quite, I guess not at the exact same time, but similar time. But me, honestly, personally, yeah, I wasn't a big fan of these sets. Yeah, it's kind of why I didn't really collect them. So yeah, I only ever, in all honesty, collected the actual Glatorians. I was just a big fan of the Glatorians. They were, I think, one of my favorite storylines from obviously when Matanui came down and was overthrown by the MAKUTA, as we all know. That's his legs. Okay, then we need to connect it to the body. There we go. There we go. So just like that. And then we just need to build his arms. Now that shouldn't be too hard. Judging from the instructions. Ah, here we go. So we need this. Add it in through there. There we go. And then add this in. Wait, hold up. There we go, just like that. And then add in this piece. Oh no, this way. There we go. And this piece. There we go. So that's one arm done. 1 second, guys. So that's one arm done. As you can see there. We just need to build the other arm. So now let's build the Midek Sky Blaster, and it says here that this should kind of stick on like this, I believe. Just like that. And then what we need to do is add in the little iron sight, or the red beam, if that's what you want to call it. Stick a little axle piece down here. There's one, and we just need to add one more. Where do we add it? Oh, here we go. There we go. Just like that. And that's the weapon right there. Pretty interesting weapon. And that's the mechanism. Now they provide you with 2 balls, but I'll just show you that later on in the actual review. But for now, let's just finish this build. Come on. Sometimes it's annoying putting these pieces in. There we go. And I believe it holds in like this. No. I'm trying to figure out how he holds the weapon. Or is it towards the side? Ah, so it's kind of like this. There we go. So hold it there. And he holds it there as well. So kind of like that? Doesn't really make sense. But we'll figure it out later on. So that's that, and then we need to finally just build the Kanohi. Let's build the Kanohi now. And shouldn't be too hard, of course. Just trying to find the pieces. Okay, so there's that. Stick that in through here. And finally place that on like so. There we go. And that is the headpiece, just like that. And then finally, we need to add in the almighty and powerful Akaku Nuva. That sounds weird, the way I said that. But anyway, let's stick that in, and there it is. Whoa, whoopsies. I have to say though, guys, I'm really liking the Kanohi here. I really like the Akaku Nuva. A great mask, I have to say. Of course, provides the user with immense amount of ice powers. Pretty cool though. I'm really liking. I just like his eye. His eye just looks sick. Of course, used for like zooming in and trying to find things or something like that. But it's just great, guys. I really like it. Anyway, let's place it on his. Let's place it on the head. There we go. Just like that. And then finally, we need to just build his actual wings. He uses for flying, or I believe they're for flying. But it's also, I think it's also a blade as well. It's called the Blizzard Blade, so that's also an interesting weapon, I guess. And let's do that. One thing I did wrong, guys, is I actually added this piece in the beginning of the actual the video, and I got it wrong. Sorry about that, guys. So this is the actual piece here, and stick it straight through just like that, and you should get something like this. Then of course it says here that let me first put on the actual armor piece. So based on the instructions, guys, what I need to do is I need to add in this piece here, stick it in through there in between, and then I just need to add a pin axle to hold it in place, and hopefully it should hold. There we go, just like that. And then I can finally place it on the actual back. Come on, go in. Sometimes these are so annoying to place in. Oh, wrong hole. There we go. Just like that. And then finally, let's add in the actual wings. So if I kind of zoom out there. So there's one. Come on, go in. There's one wing. Oh, wrong way around. Whoops. So it should be like that. Yeah, it should be like this. So there's one wing there. Just like so. And then of course we just need to add in the other wing. There we go. Just like that. And then of course this piece here is used to actually fuse the Matoran with the Phantoka. So then they kind of fuse in like that. Be like, hey, come fuse with me, okay. And then he kind of sits on his back there. But I don't have a Matoran from the 2008 series with me, so yeah, it's alright though, no problem. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. Here are the Sky Blaster bullets, and one of them's just running away from me, and the other one. So let's finally stick that in, and then let's do the review. Okay, so that's one bullet there. And there's the other bullet. Ta-da! Okay guys, so that's the build complete. Now let's get into the review. Now overall with this actual set, exactly the same to the Mystique, I have to say, other than the actual weapons. The build is exactly the same, the armor pieces, except he's just in the white and gray. That's no different at all. Now what's interesting is that articulation is exactly the same as well. No different, so you would expect the Mystiques and I guess the Phantokas to be a bit more different, but other than their actual weapons, they aren't really very different in all honesty. But you can see there, good articulation in the actual legs. You can get it right up if you really wanted to. Pull it all the way back, and of course you can go side to side, get that swivel there. And of course, same thing with the actual leg. Great articulation though. Exactly the same to Matanui as well, his set, I should say, except Matanui just looks way better, to be honest. Anyway, here's the weapon here. Of course, it's held in by two hands, as we all know. His mid-X Sky Blaster is held in by two hands. I don't think it can be held by one. What's great about this actual weapon is that it actually has a iron sight, which is pretty cool. I really like that, or a red dot sight, or whatever you want to call it. So that's great. Pretty standard armor piece there. You can see it there for yourselves, guys. No different. Very similar, I should say, to the actual the Glatorians. Not only the Glatorians, but the Legends as well. But very different. Of course, the Mystiques don't really have an armor piece like this. Most of their armor is kind of everywhere around their body, and also, yeah, I think mainly just around their body. They don't really have a armor piece as such like Toa Kopaka, and of course Pohatu, as we all know. So that's that. Now if I move up towards the almighty Akaku Kanohi, as you can see there, or Akaku, whatever you want to call it. It is a great mask, guys. I really like it. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be my favorite out of all of his masks that he has. It's a great mask, by all means, guys. It's a great mask, but I think the best one by far, what I have to say, is his 2016 mask from the Uniter set. It just looks great. The Akaku Nuva is just on point there. Here, yeah, it's okay. It's pretty good. Or yeah, the Mask of Ice, if you want to call it that, because honestly it kind of is the Mask of Ice, since he is the Toa of Ice. So yeah, that's that. Great articulation, of course, you can see there. Quite limited, of course, because of the actual adaptive armor piece that he has there. So you can move it up, but if you want to get some articulation, it is going to be hard. You need to kind of play around with the set to get that articulation. going. One thing I also like about this actual headpiece is the actual yellow gaze that you get, or the yellow barnacles, brain stock I should say, which is great. I really like that. Of course makes him stand out a lot more than maybe using blue. Of course maybe red would have been nicer, but then maybe red's just for villains, I'm not really sure. But that's that. Now if I turn him around here, of course he has the uniter function where he can unite with the Matoran, as we all know. That's that. So I had to kind of do my research, and just to refresh my memory as well about these sets, because I don't really know much about them, is the fact that apparently this bit here is actually meant to be the Blizzard blade. Interesting, right guys? So I don't know, can you take this off? How do you take this off? Well, anyway, this bit here is meant to be the Blizzard blade, and I guess this is meant to be part of the blade as well. Interesting concept, in all honesty, to have the blade with the blaster. I don't really understand that. In all honesty, I thought his wings could also be blades as well, since we know that Liwa, Toa of Air, when he's meant to be the jungle, which doesn't make sense either, uses his swords as kind of like flying wings, so then he can fly. As we all know from the movies, that's what he does. But interesting, I didn't really know that, so that's weird. But still, a cool perk about him, guys, is that he has these awesome wings, so he can fly, which is great. Great articulation, up and down, so you can move them about, which is great, of course, and I really, really like that idea about him. It's interesting, though, because I don't think Kopaka has ever flown before, or has ever had the ability to fly. So for him to kind of have it now is... yeah, I guess it's unique. But anyway, I think that's, you know, I don't know, I just find that quite weird. But anyway, guys, I think that is my review practically done. Other than that, I can't really say much more. As mentioned, the armor and all that is pretty similar to the Glatorians, no different. And of course, just where they hit my full. Like I said, guys, pretty simple structure, pretty simple build. It's, you know, 53 pieces here. These sets back then were reasonably priced, I guess, maybe I think around 10 New Zealand dollars. Of course now, imagine if you were to buy any, in all honesty, Lego Bionicle set, it would have been quite expensive. Well, I have to say, with the sets now, for example, Umrak the Destroyer, that was expensive. I think in New Zealand money it was about 50 New Zealand dollars. In the US it must have been quite expensive as well. But I think because it was such a large set containing 199 pieces, you can imagine, you know, it has to be expensive. But anyway, I think that is pretty much my review completed. And of course my build. So now showing you the Mid-X Sky Blaster, guys. So here's the actual weapon. It actually has a functionality, and here are the actual bullets in the actual gun. And this is the actual trigger right here, as you can see, simply enough, and it should work. It does actually work. Let's see if this actually works. So it does work very well, very strong as well. Let's see if I can show one more bullet. So there you go, there is the bullet, like so. So it does work pretty well, and it's quite fast as well, so that's a great thing about this actual set. Last thing to mention, guys, of course, as you all know, the red dot sight is actually not meant to be there. It's actually meant to be in his eye. Or I forgot to mention that. The thing is, I just think it looks weird putting it in his actual eye there. Of course, normally with the 2016 set, there would be a yellow, or I should say a trans light blue stud. And of course that would be his eye. Here it just honestly looks weird. I'm not really a big fan of it. You can see there for yourself, guys. It just looks honestly bizarre. And that's why I kind of placed it on the actual Mid-X Sky Blaster. But yeah, that's all I wanted to mention with you all. With that said, guys, thank you so much for watching my Let's Build and review on the Phantoka Toa Kopaka Nuva. Now, I just can't really still get my head around the fact that, of course, in Kardanui, we know that of course, 3 Toas go here and 3 Toas go there. So, of course, with Tahu, Gali, and Nua, they go down to this Swamp of Secrets. And, of course, with Liwa, Pohatu, and Kopaka, they stay behind to help the Matoran in the big battle. Of course, fighting against evil, as we all know. But I guess for him, since he has the Mid-X Sky Blaster, and he has the awesome perks of flying, I guess why not? You would need open space for those kind of armor, and of course he needed to adapt to the environment, and I guess that's where the adaptive armor kind of comes from. Similar theme with the with Tahu, Gali, and Anua, of course, provided with the adaptive armor to suit I guess the area in the Swamp of Secrets, the secret of swamps, the Swamp of Secrets, of course, when they were trying to find a special item that could, of course, help Matanui. and that's that. But anyway guys, I really hope you all have enjoyed this. Please give this a big thumbs up if you have enjoyed watching this video. As well as that guys, please subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos. Like I said guys, this is going to be my last video. I did mention this yesterday, my Umrak the Hunter build, my modification build I should say, that this is going to be my last video for about a week and a bit. Because hopefully when I come back, oh yes, I can't wait guys, the Brawler MAKUTA will be waiting for us all, and it will be released hopefully by then, and of course the review as well as comparing all three sets or all three models. But I still need to spray paint the mask, so I'll have to get that done as soon as possible as well. But we all have to wait guys, unfortunately. But not only that guys, I have many more sets to come. I'm in the process of trying to get Phantoka. Oh, I can't wait. I'm just trying to get Phantoka, and of course the great, awesome, I have to say, and beautiful Takanuva the Toa, meant to be the only Toa of light, but we'll leave that aside for now. But exciting news guys, I really hope you will enjoy these videos in the coming month hopefully. So with that said, I will be talking to you all very soon. Bye bye.